What's your say? Your view, your voice.
Local government autonomy from state control has remained a contentious issue in Nigeria's governance landscape. The country operates a federal system where power is shared between the federal, state and local government. However, local governments often face challenges for their dependence on state governments for funding and decision-making. The lack of autonomy has hindered the ability of local governments to effectively serve their community and has led to issues such as corruption, mismanagement of resources, and poor service deliveries. Efforts to grant more autonomy to local governments have been met with resistance from the state governments who fear losing control over these entities. Despite these, there is still a growing recognition of the need to strengthen local governments and grant them greater autonomy to ensure greater governance and development at the grassroots level. This is What You'll Say on Value Chain TV. Today, we want to find out from Nigerians, is local government autonomy a necessity in Nigeria?
Because I support local government autonomy because of what use are the local government if we claim we have 3 tiers of government and the one that is closest to the people does not have autonomy. You get the point. And so you can relate the the dependence of the local government on the states for even some of the challenges, particularly security and other social problems that we have in the system. If the local government is not autonomous and it continues to exist as an appendage of the state government. In fact, it is even worse than being an appendage because it doesn't have a life of its own. The state government is the one that breathes life into it, dictates to it, and tells it everything to go. The local government chairman are just figureheads and nothing more than that. Unless you have at that level a government that is closest to the people, everything you do at the top would be rubbish. And that's why everybody from the local government to the states, you understand, are all looking on to the federal. So what manner of a federation are we if the states are not federating enough and the third tier is not even federating at all?
For local government to be autonomous, they should think outside the box and generate internal revenue so as to cater for within the confines of the local government. It will go a long way to avert misappropriation or mismanagement of funds from either from the federal government to the state government, trickles down to the local government as well. They should be autonomous because you are being independent. You are being independent. That is to say, the reliance on federal government, which trickles down to the state government and to local government, you are not being independent in the literal sense. Being independent, you are being autonomous. That is to say, you generate your internal revenue, probably agriculture and what have you. You could decide to set up SMEs and all of that, which will create avenue for the employment, and I think the teaming youth will be resourceful as well.
Local government autonomy is good because we have it before. There was autonomy before, and there are changes. Before that, there was autonomy, and now there's no autonomy. Because when there is autonomy, local government chairmen have power to execute projects, to do social amenities, and the rest. But now, they don't depend on what the governors gave them. That's only what they use. So there are plenty and thousands of changes and difference. Local government autonomy is good. Local government chairman can execute a road, can build a hospital, can build a school for his locality, for people around his environment. But without autonomy, he cannot do anything. He don't have resource, he don't have the manpower to do all those things. So that's what I think that they can do with autonomy, and they cannot do it without autonomy because they don't have the manpower. They should collect their revenue directly from the federal government because state government are misusing them, are using the local government fund unnecessarily, doing a project that will not even help the masses and in the locality.
Having heard the remarks of public analysts and other stakeholders, the struggle for local government autonomy still remains. Do join us again on another episode of What's Your Say on Value Chain TV. Stay tuned.
What's your say? Your view, your voice.